Hey there, David Edkins here, coming to you from beautiful Northern California, beautiful summer morning here. And look up here, there might be a squirrel that's been running back and forth a little bit, so who knows, in this little intro here you might see a squirrel running around, which would be awesome if it did that. Anyways, this video is about using Creator to quickly add an account and contacts within Zoho CRM. So Zoho Creator as a conduit to pushing information into Zoho CRM. So this came up with a client in the Edkins Group, and you can look at a link down below, edkinsgroup.com. We're an advisory firm. We help small businesses get the most out of Zoho, the Zoho One platform. So you can check it out. Feel free to book time if you want to. Otherwise, what had happened is the gentleman saw how you could add accounts and contacts, add an account, then add contacts within the CRM, but it seemed a little bit cumbersome for someone to just quickly manually enter it. Now, they couldn't, for whatever reason, they couldn't import the data, otherwise you just simply do that. But like they just needed to key in information quickly. So we came up with a real quick creator page that has a form, which you'll see, and then subform. The form is the account, the subform are the contacts. And then what we do is once it's submitted, it actually adds that information into the Zoho CRM. So here's the thing. You may never ever do this, and that's fine. The idea here again with Zoho Academy is to empower you. So look at some of these videos as not necessarily literally that you would do the same thing, but that the functionality is there, and show you how you can do a little bit of deluge to push this information into another system. It could be CRM, it could be books, it could be other things. So again, take this as a learning experience that you can build your own building blocks, or at least inspire you to say, hey, I wonder if I could do the same kind of thing, but in a different thing, or maybe with a different module or something. The answer is yes. So that's what we love, is we can say yes most of the time. And we use Creator a lot in the Edkins Group to extend the functionality of other products within the Zoho ecosystem. Anyways, again, Zoho Academy is for you to empower yourself. There's this free stuff on YouTube. In the comments below, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like this. Well, if you like it, be sincere. But anyways, add comments down below if you had any other thoughts or ideas or things that you'd like to see. We'd love to put more out here for people to inspire them and again, empower them. So without further ado, let's jump into learning something. Okay, great. So what we're going to do in this video again is we're going to show you how to go into CRM, and you'll have a tab up here that'll say add new account and contact. Which will be a quick add page. It's going to be a simple Zoho Creator form. It's going to have a header information, which is where you're entering the account. It'll have a subform that will be the contacts that you're adding quickly. So we're going to go into Creator here, and we're going to add a new application. We're going to do it from scratch. We'll just call this add account. All right, so it's a new app up here called add account. We're going to create a new form. We're just going to call this simply account. Oops, if I spelled it right. Okay, create the form. We're going to add a single line, which is going to be the account name. If you haven't spent a lot of time in Creator, one thing to look for is you might grab name thinking, oh yeah, that's the name of the account. Well, what will happen is that creates the kind of like a person's name. As you can see here, it looks like a person. It'll have the prefix like Mr., Dr., whatever, first name and last name. You'll see it actually when I do the contact side of it. So here's account name. Let's just add a phone number to it real quick. And then let's see, just for expediency, I think we're just going to do that. I'm not going to worry about the address. Okay, so let's do that. Then we're going to create, I don't know if you could hear the birds back there. I'm outside right now. I don't know if that's a magpie or what. For those that are people that are, what's that called? Audubon Club or something like that? You can figure out what kind of bird that is. Put it in the comments. That'd be cool. Anyways, if you can hear it. We're going to add another form from scratch. This is going to be contacts or contact. So each of these forms that we're doing, that's an error quote I did, you couldn't see it, is they're just like tables of information. And so in this one, we're going to put the name. And you can see over here on the right-hand side, here's prefix, here's first name, here's last name, here's suffix. So right now, just by default, it has these two checked. It's going to do the first name and last name. We're going to do phone, and then also email. Okay, just to keep this easy. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tie the two together, the account and the contact. So we're going to go into account, and we're going to go scroll down here into this thing called lookup. And we're going to say, yep, in the application called Add Account, we're looking for contact as the form, and we're going to look for the name. Okay. So subform. Oh, no, did I do lookup? I did, huh? What was I doing? I meant to do subform. That's what I need. So subform is going to be collection of the contact forms, all the ones that match up that are associated with the account. Right now we only have one direction. We're looking at contacts. So I'm going to call this contacts. Okay. So now I'm going to give that a moment here, and then we're going to go over to contact, the other form. And what we're going to do is we are going to, this is where we do the lookup. So now for this record, it's going to have a lookup to the account. All right, so we're going to go here to lookup. Add account is the application. Nope, we're not the form. We're already in the contact form. So we're going to go to account, and we're going to go to account name. And you'll notice in this middle area here, it's going to say existing relations are found because we had already made that connection in the subform within the account. Is now it knows, okay, wait, there's a connection there. Do you want, for every contact that's added to an account, do you want it to show on the contact? And the obvious answer would be yes. So we're going to show what's the relation. So within account, it's contacts, and we're going to select done. Okay, so what this does is we're going to go ahead and look at what the form looks like. Might as well start in account, that way you can see. So we've got the account name, we've got phone and contacts. So we're going to click done. I'm going to right click this and say open link in a new tab. So here's the account name, and you can see here contacts. So let's say if I did Disney, which everybody tends to do on these things, 1212, we're going to add a new contact who's going to be Mickey Mouse. I'm not going to worry about phone and email, and we're not making these mandatory right now. But if I click submit, and we go to all accounts, you can see here's Disney. If I click on that, you're going to see those details. We haven't put the subform in that view yet, but if I go to contacts, all contacts, you're going to see Mickey Mouse here, and it's associated with Disney. If we hadn't done that blue area in the previous thing, if you want to go back a little bit, in that blue area, if we hadn't done that, it wouldn't be connected with Disney here. It would show up on the accounts, Mickey would show up on the accounts, but it would not show up here. So this is the bidirectional. So you can see it's associated with Disney. That's what it's showing here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of a workflow that's going to say, as we're adding information here and on submit, we want to create an account in the CRM, and we want to associate the contacts that we've added as well into the CRM as well. So we're going to add a workflow here. Create workflow. We're going to say on the form, yep, and when it's created, we're going to do this just straight on the successful form submission. So add account contact to CRM. Okay. New action. There's a lot of things here, and other videos will show what those other things are, but right now we're going to go into Deluge script. We're going to get right into it. Okay, so on successful form submission, that means this has been created. So what we're going to have here is the account, right? So the account equals account form. But really, I mean, we don't really need to do that because we already have the ID. So if I go input let's do the account. We'll just do this. And I think I'm going to do this for demonstration purposes. So what we're doing right here is we're actually going into the form. We're searching within Creator for the account. So ID equals input ID. So it's the ID of that account. Then we're going to look at the contacts. Okay, so this is one way to do it if we're to do it after the fact. I'm just showing this because this is like a foundational thing to be able to search within it. So contacts, we're saying now search contacts, the table of information where the account equals either input ID, you could do that, right? So that's going to say the account, which is the main information that we're adding, or I can say the account.id, right? Are we going to really use those things? I don't think we really need to. But what we are going to do is we're going to create a map. So if you look at any reference material, most of the stuff out there always talks puts a variable, this MP thing here, this variable of MP, which kind of represents a map. And so then you say create map. Now what map is, great, there's a plane in the background. Map is a collection of information. And this is how you push information into the CRM. So then you put information in. There's two things that you're going to do, and it's called a key value pair. So if you think of map like a basket, these individual pieces, the key is like a cup, and then or a little box or something like that, and then the value is what's in that box or what's in that cup. So we're going to put the account name. Now if you wonder if it really is account name or not, you go into the CRM, you go into setup, go down here to APIs, go into API names, go to accounts, and what this is going to do is give you all the fields. So we're looking for account name. Yep, account name is actually called account name. So that's what we're using here. We're saying put the name, so input account name. It's going to add that, and then what else do we have? We had phone, right? So I'm guessing it's phone, but let's go ahead and double check over here. Phone, okay? So we're going to put phone, and we're going to use the input phone number, and I think that's all we had, right? On an account? Yeah, account name and phone number, that's it. Wanted to keep it simple for the time of this video, didn't want to be too long. Okay, so that's gathering that information. And what we're going to do is we are going to add this to the CRM. So we're going to say, you'll see also another reference material, RESP, which is like response. It's just short for that. So if you ever see that, it's a variable that says, okay, check the response. Okay, so response, we're going to say Zoho CRM, create record. The module is accounts, and then the map, as you can see here, is going to be this MP. Okay, then we're going to check the response. Okay, so info response means whatever feedback comes back, if it was successful, it was unsuccessful, you failed, or whatever, this info RESP is going to give us that information. So we're going to go ahead and save this for right now. We're not going to worry about the contacts. We're just going to test this. Let's see, input account. Yeah, I don't think there's much else that we really need to do here. So then we go, let's go ahead and add one, because right now we've got it where on the successful submission of the add account contact to CRM, it's going to go through here and say, take the account name, do this, take the phone number and do this, and then create an account, right? So if I go over here and create Disney, let's see if this actually works. And you'll see log details. That's because we did this info. So let's go ahead and check that here. Log details. Yep, it looks like it worked because it's given us this gobbledygook, which is good because otherwise it would say failed. Let's go ahead and go over here and look at accounts. And there's Disney. That's the one we just added. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now we're going to do contacts. So contacts are for each are in contacts, which is the subform. I'm going to put input because I don't want to do... Okay. If we just did contacts, it might actually go through all the contacts in the database in that particular form. So if we do input contacts, that means it's going to take the subform. And if I go back and do that slower, you'll see it pops up. See how it says subform? That's what we're tapping into. So now for each R, we put these little brackets around it. For each R, for each contact that we're adding, now we're going to add another MP. We're going to call it just MP2 for simplicity. We're going to create the map, MP2 dot put, right? And what we're going to do, what do we have for contacts information? We add name, first name, last name, phone number, and email. Okay. So let's check again the APIs. Go over here, setup, APIs, API names. Was it contacts, right? So you see there's account name, so that's going to be associated, and we'll show you that. And then, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, first name, last name. Okay, So we're going to put first name, and we're going to input name. What do we call it? It should be name dot first name. Oh, that's why. R. Let me go back and do this again. R dot name, then first name. Okay. MP2 put last name R dot name last name. Okay, and then we're going to do MP2 again, put phone. Let's make sure it is phone. Sure it is. There's home phone and regular phone. Okay, yep, and then the email is going to be email, right? Yep, okay. Phone R dot phone number, MP2 put email R dot email. Okay, and then lastly we need to make sure we tie it to the account name that we just created in RSP. So now we're going to go RESP dot get JSON ID. It should work. I don't know. Let's see. And then we're going to do resp2 equals Zoho CRM create record. We're going to say contact. Oops. We're going to put it in the contacts, and we're going to do MP2. And now, so we're going to add the account, and then for each contact that's part of those rows that we've created down below, it should associate all of those with that same account. So let's check this. Oh, and let's info that RSP. Info RSP2. Okay. So let's go over here to, nope, not there. Let's go here to the form. And we're going to add Disney again. 88555112. We're going to say Mickey Mouse. 88555112. Mickey at Disney. And then we're going to add a new one. Donald Duck. 51200. Donald at Disney.com. Okay, so let's cross our fingers, see if this actually works. Doing something here. Let's look at the log details. Looks like we've added one, and we've got some other things that have been added here as well. So let's go ahead and check over here in the CRM. Disney's been added. Okay, let's see. Do we have contacts with it? We have two contacts. We have Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. Okay, so now we have this very simple form, right, that we can add to the CRM. So we're going to go into this little tools thing. We're going to go to modules and fields. We're going to go into web tabs. We're going to see what we have over here. Let's say add account contact. Let's see what we have. New orders, all accounts, team members, all projects. Yeah, most of them, they're all going to be reports. So I think it's, oh shoot, I just clicked on something. Let's see. Let's do all contacts, all accounts. And that's an estimate. Add account right here. Where's my add account? Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab that one. So this is called something like a view perma. I don't know why I don't have. Anyways, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to tweak this just a little bit. So if we were to look for, so we're going to do a form perma. We're going to do all this is going to be all accounts. Actually, it's a form perma, so we're going to just say account. This should work. Let's see, cross our fingers. Sometimes I have to tweak this a little bit. Just do it for standard and administrator. Okay, if I click here, let's see if it's going to work. Good. All right, so we've got this tab here at the top, add account contact. Now, if I do this again, let's go ahead and go into accounts. We're going to take out Disney. Take it out. All right. Delete. Do we still have the contacts in there? Yeah, we do. Let's get rid of those two. Oh, we don't need that one. This might be an old one I had, so I'm just going to leave it because I think if I got rid of the account, it would have got rid of the other thing. All right, so let's go ahead and go in here again. We're going to do account is Disney. I'm not going to worry about a phone number. You saw that that worked. We're going to add Minnie Mouse this time. Not worry about phone and email. Just show that it works. Go up here to accounts. And there's Disney. We've got a contact, and it's Minnie Mouse. Okay, so you saw that that worked. Now, you may not like how this looks, this page, because it's all pushed over here. If you don't really care, great, look at that. In about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so, we put this together, and that's going like really slowly, step by step through it. But if you want this to look a little better, what we could do is in Creator, you could actually embed this within what's called a page. So let's say we do done. We could create a new page. And we saw add account, let's say, as the page. So this is a custom page we're going to build. And then we're going to add the form to this. That's it, right? We're just adding the account form. Great, you added it. Okay, let's see, that's fine. No field values. So what we're going to do is we take a panel and we're going to give it some border. I'm not going to actually embed this into, just because of the sake of time, I'm looking at time here. And a lot of people don't have patience to go on and on with videos like this. So, but you know, glad you held on this long. All right, so I'm just doing a blank panel basically, right? That's going on this side. And then what I'm going to do is copy this. And we're going to push this one over on this side. So what we're doing is we're just framing this form so it looks a little better on the page. Okay, done. If I access it, and then you see how it has this like gray area around it? We can change that by editing it, and we're going to select something that you'll see here. Right now this display is called card. It makes everything look like a white card on a gray background. I mean, you can change the background color, but if we do plain, it kind of blends it into all white. So then we'll take a look at that real quick. Right, and then you can have like some kind of title at the top. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we can say add, we'll use another panel. Just grab one of these. We're going to throw it along the top. We're going to say this static text is going to be add new account contact. Use the form to add. Okay, you can change this. If you don't like red, it looks like, that's yelling at me. We can change this to over here to like, you know, a gray or something. There, that looks better, right? Go ahead and close that. We're done. It automatically saves everything. Let's access it, see what it looks like. There, maybe it looks a little better, right? Okay, now this is a little different. If we go over here, we're just looking at the form. That's what that web tab did. Now we're going to look at this page. So we're going to go back into the web tabs. We're going to update that web tab up here. I could delete it or I can just edit it. I think I'm going to try to edit it here, see if it works. Now we're going to do a page perma, and the page is called add account. Let's see if this works. Hope it does. There it is. So now you've got something that looks a little different. Add new account contact. You can quickly add the account name and phone and add contacts to it really quickly. Okay, there it is. So you learned something new. And again, this isn't like literally you would do this. Maybe this would be beneficial for you. You would like actually having a tab like this along the top. If so, great. Go ahead and do this. Put it together yourself. But the other thing to consider, again, is just how this could empower you to do different things. So hopefully doing this workflow really quickly here kind of gives you some inspiration to say, how can I build on this? What more can I do? And of course, circle back to Zoho Academy. go to zohoacademy.com, get a membership there for super cheap, and just continue your education, your learning. Here's your learning. Have a great day. Well, I hope that video was helpful for you, and if it was, please like, please subscribe if you haven't already, please add a comment. Let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if I could do something different. I know maybe the camera moving around a little bit while I'm doing it, or maybe it's kind of jumpy or something like that. But yeah, like, subscribe, add a comment, that'd be fantastic. And then remember, what we're trying to do here is we want to empower you. So keep coming back, learn some other little tricks. What we want is to build your skills, your marketability. If you're an individual person, get better at what you do for your company. And if you are the company, you are the man. If you are the guy that runs the company, learn some new skills or ways that you can utilize the system and have someone on your team watch the video and learn how to do it. And if you're not using Zoho already, you really, really should take a look at it. And I'm sure there's a link down below that talks about starting a free trial if you don't already have one. No commitment, it's 30 days, you don't even put a credit card in. And then jump back over here to Zoho Academy or even zohoacademy.com and do their quick start. I think we have a 100% guarantee. So if you don't really feel like you're satisfied, I think you can get started with your company on Zoho 1 within an afternoon. So start today, and here's your learning.